Hello, everyone. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby. I am the spiritual director of Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focused Ministry. Today is Mother's Day, and I'm so happy. I'm going to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day because when Mother's Day comes, we all celebrate. Doesn't matter whether we're male, female, or whatever. We celebrate. And the reason we're celebrating is because we know the love is palpable when it comes to caregiving. And at some point in our life, regardless of our experience, we received at least an ounce of love. I think I've been listening to Mason in the morning, and I think I want to become a DJ. I think I'm going to study him a little bit more and move under his tutelage. But anyway, with that in mind right now, I think we should start. And we're going to start with one of my all-time favorites, John Stringer. You are welcome here as we allow everybody else to come into the room. Come on in the room. Take it away, Amber.
There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me in you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. Be who you are, let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. I see with new eyes, allow and unfold, embrace and let go, trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community.
Okay, I apologize. I was having fun and I love doing this. And when you do this enough, what happens is we start to get hearts. And it's not doing it right now, but if I keep doing this and keep doing this, eventually you'll see hearts come. So I'll keep playing with this. So I'm going to invite those that are here in the room. I'm going to invite you to share your favorite, one of your favorite Mother's Day moments. I have lots of Mother's Day moments. And one of my favorite Mother's Day moments was many years ago. And I'm glad that you guys are joining me, those that are here on the West Coast. The reason I'm glad you're here is you have room. And if you want to go out and do brunch, we don't go out and do brunch like we used to. But I have a favorite moment, and that was when all of my siblings were here on this planet. My mother was here on this planet. I have a sister in law that was here on this planet. And I also have a grandmother. My grandmother was here on this planet. And grandmother loved to go to church. And she thought we all should go to church. But this particular Mother's Day, I think I'm having a Mason moment. But anyway, this particular Mother's Day, we adapted everything and we did church a little bit different. I think my grandmother attended church we didn't do online like we're doing now. We have the radio and she listened on the radio. And my brothers, my big brothers, because I was the baby, they took us all out. And it wasn't just me because at that time I was the middle child, the in between child, because they had children. We all went out to brunch and had the most wonderful time. So I want you to share your Mother's Day moment, whatever it is. That's just one. So we're going to bring forth now our wonderful practitioners, Reverend Larry Hobby, Practitioner Emeritus, and we're going to bring forth Practitioner Sandy, and they are going to anchor us in a sacred and a profound way.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. Ernest Holmes says that love points the way and law makes the way possible. So on this Mother's Day, we pause to honor the sacred presence of motherhood in all its forms, the nurturing spirit, comforting word, patient heart, and the enduring strength that lifts humanity higher. And Ernest Holmes says a mother's love reflects the divine, which is a love that heals, protects, forgives, and believes in the highest good for all, whether through birth, guidance, mentorship, or spiritual care. Mothers remind us that love is an active force in the world. So today we give thanks for every mother, grandmother, and caregiver, teacher, and soul who has expressed compassion and wisdom along our path. May we recognize that the same infinite presence that moves through them also lives within us. So let's remember that there is a powerful good in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. And so today we celebrate the power of love expressed through motherhood, gentle yet strong, quiet yet transformative, human yet deeply divine. So happy Mother's Day, and may all hearts be blessed with gratitude, peace, and unconditional love. And so it is.
Practitioner Sandy.
Good morning, everyone.
Mhm.
How good and sweet it is to be here today, this lovely morning. Everyone, please take a deep breath and just allow yourself to become aware of the presence of the divine all around you, that lovely energy that holds everything up, makes everything happen, brings everything forward, and allow yourself to feel it within you as well. This spirit is nurturing, it's loving, it's happy, it's springtime, perennial springtime, isn't it? Yes. And I am made from this divine spirit, and so is everyone here in its own image and likeness, and in your own image and likeness, in your special way that you are, that you were created in your life. That's you honoring spirit and spirit honoring you. And so I speak my word for all of us in Spirit's divine law of love. And that beautiful reading that Reverend Larry just did for us says it all, and I include it here. Today, we are filled with love for one another, for our parents, our ancestors, our siblings, our families, and the human family of which we are all a part of. And we are happy for the opportunity to participate with Seat FM. I like saying not just the acronym, but the whole name, the Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focus Ministry. Yes, because we focus on the divine here and allow the divine to focus within us and bring us forward in our lives. It's a pleasure to be here participating in this service. It's nurturing, like mothers are, parents are. It's happy. It's moving us forward. And Spirit is telling me that it wants this treatment back. So if there's anything I haven't said, I know Spirit knows the rest for you individually and for all of us as a human family. Mm-hmm. It spans all those bridges. It covers all that territory and more, holds the planets in place, is safe, provides safety and security at all times for all of us. Oh, I'm so thankful for this. So thankful for this day, this beautiful Sunday, and all its celebration. And so I release this back to Spirit, who is enthusiastically getting on with all of the changes it's making, all of the energy that's moving within all of us, within all of our lives. And I release it back to Spirit. Please, please, in celebration and love, say along with me, and so it is. And now it is. Amen.
And
So it
so
is.
it is, and now it is. Amen. Oh, wow. How wonderful. And thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Practitioner Sandy. And thank you, Reverend Larry Hobby. We do appreciate both the reading and the prayer that grounds us and anchors us. And we're going to anchor even more with a special song. This here is like one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world by one of my favorite soloists in the whole wide world, Miss Beverly Smith. If I Could. Take it away, Amber. If I could, I'd protect you from the sadness in your eyes, give you courage in a world of compromise. Yes, I would. If I could, I would teach you all the things I never learned, and I'll help you cross the bridges that I've burned. Yes, I would. If I
could, I would share your innocence from time. But those part of me that isn't mine, I've watched you grow. So I let you go. If I could, I would help you make it through the hungry years. But I know that I can never cry your tears. But I would if I could. If I live in a time and place where you don't want to be, you don't have to walk along this road with me. My yesterday won't have to be your way. If I knew how to I could change the world I brought you to, but there isn't much more that I can do. But I would if I could. If I could, I would share your innocence from time. But the part of life I gave you isn't mine. I'll let you grow. So I'll let you go. If I could, I would help you make it to the hungry years. But I know I could never cry your tears. Yes, I would if I could. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Wow, 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 wow. How wonderful, how grounding. This is one of my favorite Mother's Day moments, preparing for Mother's Day. And love is very, very powerful. And it was a wonderful opportunity. And when I say it was a wonderful opportunity, Miss Beverly Smith is extraordinary. She's like up there. Everybody knows I love Cheryl Renee. She's up there with Cheryl Renee, and for a while was my teacher. She helped me overcome the shame of singing and my voice and all of that. And then there's her daughter, Brianna. And this experience included supporting her and stepping into her power, because she had confided to me years ago. She says, they always do Mother's Day in every way, but if I had my way, she was just she had her ideas. She was a teenager. She says, I would sing the song Mama for my mom. And that particular time we got an opportunity to, and neither one knew. And it was a kindly surprise for them. So I'm thinking that part of my Mother's Day gifting in the world will be to send them both these YouTubes as a sacred reminder and to see them grow and evolve. So I'm so excited about today. And today is not just about celebrating Mother's Day like, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's a depth in it because it's about understanding the power that is alive within us. And as caregivers, and when we do the parenting process, it is about allowing our youth to understand the power within them. And if we were to think about the ultimate parent, many people think of God as the Father, Mother, God presence. It is that divine presence that is everywhere. And we get to study and learn. And the more that we learn about the power and utilize the power, it makes a difference. So we're going to do sowing seeds of intention. And this month, the sacred power is power. I'm going to invite you to pay attention, to listen deeply, be a student. And if I could, this is what I would want for each and every one of you. Take it away, Amber. Grand Rising, beloved. Today we begin the journey through the sacred teachings of the 12 Powers of Man by Charles Fillmore. And today we focus on the principle of power. For me, the principle is connected with the color purple. And it also represents spiritual authority, transformation, wisdom, and sacred expression. It also connects to the throat chakra and the center of communication, truth, expression, and the spoken word. But I've come to understand that something important is taking place also through the power of spiritual practice. The throat is not just where words come from, it is where consciousness reveals itself. And this month, we have also been reflecting on the experience of doubt. And one of the ways we move through doubt is by nurturing the sacred power already that is alive within us. You see, these powers are not outside of us. They are spiritual faculties that are within us, waiting to be cultivated, to be strengthened, and expressed. And the more we nurture them, the more we awaken the greatness that is already in us. For me, the principle of power deeply is connected to the power of thought, the inner divine presence that activates all of our spiritual practices. And when our thought aligns with love and our words begin to change, our responses begin to change, and our lives begin to change. I've also learned that when I pause, and when I breathe, and when I begin with the heart, my words carry a different vibration, not forced, but something that I'm aligned in. And when we nurture the principles that are within ourselves, we begin to move beyond doubt. We become more grounded in truth and more anchored in love, more available to the wisdom of spirit. So, beloveds, the principle of power is not about overpowering ourselves. It is about becoming conscious of the divine presence within us and allowing that presence to express itself through our lives. So I'm going to invite you right now to just be with me with this sacred affirmation that I always like to keep handy. And here it is. I nurture the sacred power within me. I align my thought with love. I speak with wisdom and compassion, and divine power expresses through me now. And so it is. Thank you so much. Extraordinary, extraordinary. We're talking about the movement of energy right now. So I'm going to invite you right now to just join me and just take your hands, rub your hands together. And I want you to all take your hands and place it right here on that throat chakra. And just simply breathe right now. And again, I'm inviting you to just breathe in this space of love. Exhaling, just gently. And as we do this, we arrive and we're fully present. And it is not who we think we need to be, but now we're fully present as we truly are. This is what power is all about. And today I want to start and I want to ask you a question. And that question is, what would happen if you shared your doubting self the same way you share your confident self? That's our talk today. It's about the doubting self. And what if you stop hiding your questions? You know, sometimes we hide questions. We're curious about certain things, but we're a little bashful. That's just kind of like me being bashful. And I had someone in my life to help bring out those qualities and the gift of singing. That's a spiritual practice. It's a way of me exercising my voice. It's utilizing that throat chakra. And what if we stop performing with certainty? Sometimes we want to walk out confident and certain about things we may not be certain about. And what would happen? Do you think people would move away from you? Or would they finally meet the real you? I want you to pause and think about that now, because oftentimes we try and hide and we cover up. We move into performance as opposed to being real and authentic. But as we continue this month of exploration of divine doubt, we're also continuing with the journey through the 12 powers. And the power we're working with is power. Power is not about domination, not control, but spiritual power. This is the power to remain present with ourselves. Okay? It is that power where we are present, where we tell the truth. It is the power to be seen honestly, and that includes our vulnerabilities, even when we feel uncertain, because perhaps true empowerment is not pretending we have no doubts, but learning how to bring our full selves into community with grace. And if we cannot express where we're at, then we're being of disservice to ourselves. So today, on this Mother's Day, we honor all that have nurtured our lives. We get to honor the mothers, the grandmothers, the caregivers, the elders. We get to honor those chosen mothers And sometimes those chosen mothers are there when our mothers are unable to be there for us. I just want to bring that energy into the room because this is all a part of the doubting process. And all who have carried love through difficult seasons. I think about those caregivers, and I have been blessed in so many ways because I've got to have the opportunity to walk the life with people through the most difficult situations in their lives. And that is a blessing. I've had an opportunity to be with people that have seen the worst of the worst in the world and shielded us and been a way shower to support youth as they're growing and navigating them. I think about many years being a part and supporting programs like Operation Safe House. I think about those social workers that I've counseled and prayed with over the years. And I think about parents that have been moving through difficult situations. And for one reason or another, were separated from their children. Somebody steps in. It is the presence of God. And that when we step into that role, we are being guided and directed by that presence. And part of what we get to do now is to honor that presence. Because Mother's Day touches many places in our hearts. And every heart enters the day differently. We get to honor that. So I feel called right now. Reverend Larry, could you please come on screen and would you do me a favor? For Patty Walton's birthday, we gave away the Patty Walton Award. And when we gave away the Patty Walton's Award, we established a Caregivers Award. And I get to discerningly give it out at different times randomly through the year and everything. And we were honoring the people that have done the caregiving that are doing the caregiving for her. And I believe we live in a reciprocal universe. She's given so much love that it comes back to her. But I want to light a candle, and this is a special candle that was given to them. And I ordered an extra one just for myself. Reverend Larry, please come on the screen, show your face, and would you please light that candle? Can we spotlight him or next to me? Lift that candle up. And if you can lift that candle up, Reverend Larry, and show it to us all. I'm lighting that candle for each and every one of us. I'm giving thanks for the times that my mom was not even around. Somebody had to take care of me. When I came to California, I didn't come with my mom. There was someone there that was watching over me. I'm lighting this candle for those that watched over me until my mom was reunited as a child. What I want us to acknowledge is that this celebration is about nurturing life. And perhaps many of us have learned early to hide uncertainty. I know that for myself, one of the biggest things that I got a chance to do in my growing up was to learn how to stop crying a lot. Because I would cry with the drop of a dime. And it was me hiding and acknowledging my uncertainty about life. Can you lift that candle up, Reverend Larry? Let us all see that candle. There we are. It's a beautiful candle with a rose in it. And it smells heavenly. So, when we hide uncertainty, we've been told that it's to be strong. it is to hold it together. So I was told I had to put on my big girl pants to protect everyone else from our questions. Have you ever had to dumb down things to protect other people from whatever is going on? This is how we end up hurting ourselves. This is how we begin to create the dis-ease within our bodies. Sometimes these lessons, they came through love, through family systems. Sometimes they come through survival. And sometimes they come through watching those before us carry burdens quietly. And while those teachings have helped us to endure, they may have also taught us how to wear a mask, how to present the polished self while hiding the tender self, the frailties. They can't see me like this. And I reminding us today of these words from Howard Thurman. He says, there are times when the entire weight of all that we have rejected presses down upon us, and we're stunned by the sheer enormity of the burden. Then we discover anew that life is not to be possessed, but to be shared, not to be held, but to be lived. And part of living will require us to undumb ourselves. I received a sacred call yesterday, and this sacred call came from a member of my family. And very seldom do I hear from this member of my family. But they called to share. And they wanted to share with me some things. And the things that she says, do you have a moment? I said, I have 15 minutes because I'm due to be in Chicago. I really was. I was on a program with Meditative Life Ministries and had to join a Zoom call. And then she began to share with me a win that she had had, and also began to share some of the struggles that she had been moving through, like being laid off from work, being concerned about how she was going to make ends meet because of being laid off, and taking care of her responsibilities, which included her children. We're going to talk today and sharing all of those things and about her insecurities. So the important part of this was I had no idea that she was moving through all of this, did not know all of that. But that sharing was so exhilarating for her, and it was very empowering for her. We ended that conversation reminding her that she was always loved and was always going to be supported by us. This is power. And sometimes we forget that there are places we can go and that power is here. John Stringer set it up perfectly when he said, you are welcome here. And this is welcoming the authentic self and whatever it is that we're moving through. Because when we can see it and we can know what's going on, we can step boldly into truth and see the truth of that situation. We get to see it moved. As Job says, I will not let you go until you have blessed me. This is allowing ourselves to stop carrying everything along. And maybe part of our healing. It is allowing ourselves to be seen. And when we allow ourselves to be seen, we open up to something even greater. Ernest Holmes reminds us that all we consciously know, say, or think, feel, or believe, hope, or long for, fear, or doubt, is some reaction to the self-knowing mind. He's acknowledging that doubt is part of the human experience. And the issue is not that doubt appears, the issue is whether we isolate ourselves inside of it. And this is the biggest part. When we isolate ourselves inside of it, we don't find a way out. And that is my biggest concern. How are we showing up in life? Are we putting on this face like everything is perfect when it's not? It is important for us to have a place of safety where we know we are supported and loved. I want us to remember doubt is not a flaw. It is not proof that something is wrong with you spiritually. In many ways, doubt is simply evidence that you are alive, you're growing, you're questioning, and you are becoming. So this is an important part. And it has been my experience, those that put on the happy face, oftentimes I have this conversation. I said, we cannot walk around with this being superficial with these teachings. I want you to hear this. We can't be superficial. We can't walk around with our heads stuck in the sand. That's what this is about. And perhaps the opposite of faith is not doubt. Perhaps the opposite of faith is the need to appear certain, to be so confident and know that nothing is touching us in this human realm when there is something going on that we need to acknowledge in order to heal. And so Howard Thurman reminds us with his words. He says the effort to shorten the interval is natural to growth. To know when waiting is essential to the process and to life of the individual is to be disciplined in one spirit. To learn how to wait. I want you to hear this. To learn how to wait is to discover one of the precious ingredients in the spiritual unfoldment of life. We wait on God. We allow God to express through us. And I often say, because we have some people that are so zealous. No. It is we breathe, we move, and we move into that place, grounded in the presence of the divine. So, beloved, often we rush ourselves into certainty because uncertainty makes us feel unsafe. It puts us in a place of vulnerability. How often do we pretend confidence rather than the sacredness of becoming? And this takes, this is one of our visioning questions. What is it that we are to become? That process of becoming is allowing ourselves to move into the state of vulnerability where we can see and allow the divine to express itself within us. False certainty may comfort the ego, but vulnerability nourishes the soul. And I want you to keep that in mind. Certainty closes doors. And those are doors that you may need to move you to the next level. But curiosity, honesty, and humility keeps us growing. So being in that state will support us in who we are. And this is why spiritual community matters. Not because we gather to perform perfection. That's not what this is all about. But because we gather to practice honestly, authentically. An authentic community is not built through a polished answers. It's built through presence, through listening, and through allowing ourselves to say, sometimes I just don't know. I'm struggling. I'm uncertain and I'm still becoming. This is a healthy expression of life. Cole Arthur Riley, in the Holy Story Exchange, shares this with us. He reminds us, he says, maybe God knows the paths we've walked, but there is glory and healing in watching it fall from our own lips in our own words. We must learn to embody a holy story exchange. I want to say to you, in your space of doubt, there's a holy story beckoning itself to fulfill itself. There is healing in telling the truth. There is healing in letting the mask slip. And there is healing in debuting the doubting self. So I think many of us fear that it reveals our doubts, that if let me go back and say that. See, here I am in my space of uncertainty. This is spirit, it's right on time. That if we reveal our doubts, people may think less of us. That somehow uncertainty makes us weak. But I'm learning that there is great strength in the honesty, and perhaps the moments that deepen our connection are the most moments when we appear to be imperfect or not, and that those moments are times when we get to really be real and present. And I'm going to say, for me in my life, I've had those moments, the space of vulnerability, feeling hurt. And that was the time when I got an opportunity to really learn something very powerful. I had friends, I had allies, and I have people that supported me in moving through some of the most difficult moments of my life. I'm going to invite you to not be stoic, not to allow the ego to get into the way where you dumb down and you create so much pain and weigh yourself down. I'm going to invite you to step into a space where we allow faith to expand itself. Faith communities are not meant to be museums of certainty. I want you to keep that in mind. We are meant to be sanctuaries of becoming and growing. And if we're not sharing and celebrating the growth in our lives, we're not doing it right. So here's an invitation for you. We're going to step into our call to practice this week. Amber, can you place that up on the screen? Because I want to walk us through this call to practice. And yes, we are going to send it to you. I hope you're using these things. It came to me that maybe I need to take this whole collection and put it in a book form to send to people. And maybe at the end of the year, it might end up there where we get to share it in a greater way in the world. But I want you to, this week, enter into the call of practice. So here, this week, I want you to notice where you put on the face of certainty. We all put on the face of certainty. I'm not sure about things, and I'm going to pretend that I'm okay with certain things. Maybe you're uncomfortable with it. You may be uncomfortable going out there and dealing with that situation. Maybe you're afraid of the chicken. I have a chicken that's walking down the street. I have a theory about this chicken. He's been doing this throughout the week, and I don't know what's going on, but he walks back and forth. He knows the neighborhood. Notice where you hide. And when I say you hide, you may hide your light. You may be in a space where you go and you don't want people to see you, so you keep your head down. You don't want to give your input, and you may have some skills, something that you can offer. Notice where you feel the need to appear polished, certain, or unaffected. Sometimes we do that. Oh my God, I can't let people see me. I can't let them see me in this state. And then we're going to invite you to gently challenge yourself. Perhaps share a fear with someone you trust. Find somebody that you feel safe with. You don't have to share your fears with people that you know are unsafe. This is part of our mistake. Perhaps admit uncertainty instead of pretending with clarity. You know, there are times I'm given instructions. I have no idea what has been said. It may take me a little while to digest. Be real and authentic and share your uncertainty, share your concern, ask and be curious, and perhaps let someone see the part of you that's still becoming. Let them see you growing, because every time we choose honesty over performance, and I want you to hear this, every time we choose vulnerability over image, we strengthen the authentic community and we strengthen ourselves. That's the most important part, that we strengthen ourselves and our relationship with ourselves. So this is an important part, and I'm going to invite you to honestly step into this place for healing and to step into this place for transformation. And as you do that, and you can take that down, Amber, I'll let you know. I want to remind you too that this month is also why this is why we're doing this thing called the Wellness Project, Reset to Wholeness, because it is Mental Health Awareness Month. So what we're offering is a 4-week experience. We did the first week. Many people found the benefits of it, because many of our stories we carry, they are the mask we wear. It's the doubt that we hide. And they are connected to experiences we've lived through again and again. It's the connection of stress, grief, overwhelm, fight or flight, emotional fatigue. I hope these things, you're catching what I'm talking about. And sometimes we carry these things so long that we forget to what rest feels like. I want you to pay attention to these things here. So each Monday, we're going to create a space to gently unwind these patterns, to calm our nervous system down. And we need to calm that nervous system down to support healing through spiritual practice, using meditation, guided processes, and a sound-based meditation experience called pulsing, which helps us to support a deeper state of calm and clarity. And when we're in that space, we're able to make better decisions. And throughout the series, we will hear directly from our team that's putting this on. We have Reverend Larry Hobby, we have Practitioner Emeritus Cindy Long, and we also have Catherine Redmond and myself. And sharing from our lived experiences with these tools and how these practices can help support us in deepening in our lives. And this Monday is also we're going to have a featured conversation from Reverend Larry as he speaks about young minds and healing. Now, Reverend Larry, it's going to be 82 years old, his birthday. We're looking forward to celebrating that birthday. And he's going to share personally about his family experience, including his mother's journey with a cognitive decline. We're hearing now that people are moving through this at earlier stages in their lives, in their 50s. We've heard those stories there. And what he has learned about cognition, emotional well being, and the emerging science behind Alzheimer's. We've had members of our family that have dealt with that, dementia, and things we can do to support our health and our well being as we grow older. And I know we all want to be supportive and we want to be vibrant beings. I turned 65 this past year, and I want to stay on this planet. My husband and I have an agreement, and he reminds me often whenever the smallest little things happen for me, is that it is important for us to nurture ourselves and keep our agreement. That's an agreement that I look forward to because I know there's still plenty for me to do, even as I engage with you. Ernest Holmes says we look forward to the day when science, religion, philosophy come together. Well, beloved, this is the kind of space where we get an opportunity to experience, where spiritual practices and the human experience support us in deepening our understanding when we meet each other. So, if you are ready, I'm going to invite you again. If you are ready, and you may have been there last week, there's something new to learn this week, something new to learn. There's a special gift in each week. If you are all ready to not just understand this, because sometimes we understand things intellectually, but to experience it. To experience it is to live it. So understanding and living it, those things are important. So our goal is to move into the space of infinity. And we need to have that intersection. This is your opportunity. I'm inviting you to join us. And when you join us, I'm going to emphasize this. We had some people, they did not hear this part here. So I really want to emphasize it this time. Bring your headphones so that you can fully immerse yourself in the experience. When they recommend that you use headphones, there's a reason that is taking place. There is a science behind it, and we're doing something not only spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. We're addressing this on all levels simultaneously. And because of this kind of work, it helps us to move deeply, to see more clearly. It helps us to make healthy decisions in our life. It helps us to navigate the presence for good in the world. That's the reason we're doing this. These are tools that are necessary and to support all the things that the outer world tells us that are not working. These are untruths. And we get an opportunity to engage in a healthy way to support ourselves. We get to be the nurturing presence in our own lives. I'm going to invite us now to move into our Aphor incantation. Amber, there she is. She's all ready for me. She's prepared. She's on it today. Thank you, Amber. We appreciate you. Here we are. I'm going to invite you to unmute yourselves and repeat after me. You ready to breathe? Okay. I release the mask of uncertainty.
Release the
I
mask
release
of
the
uncertainty.
mask of
I release
uncertainty.
the mask of uncertainty.
I welcome all parts of myself with grace.
I welcome
I
all
welcome
parts of
all
myself
parts
with
of
grace.
myself with grace.
I do not fear my questions.
I do not fear my
I do not
questions.
fear my questions.
I allow honesty to deepen connection.
I allow
I allow
honesty to
honesty to
deepen
deepen
connection.
connection.
My doubt does not separate me from love.
My doubt
My
does not
doubt does
separate
not
me from
separate
love.
from love.
I trust the sacredness of my becoming.
I trust
I
the
trust the
sacredness.
sacredness of my becoming.
I am growing.
I
I am growing.
I'm healing.
I'm healing.
I'm healing.
I am becoming and that is sacred.
I am becoming,
I am
and that is
becoming,
sacred.
and that is sacred.
Amen.
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 Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it is.
And so it
And
is.
so it is.
Let's do it again. I release the mask of certainty.
I release the mask of uncertainty.
I welcome all parts of myself with grace.
I
I welcome all parts of myself with grace.
I do not fear my questions.
I do not fear my question.
I allow honesty to deepen connection.
I allow honesty to deepen my connection.
My doubt does not separate me from love.
My
My
doubt.
doubt does not separate me from love.
I trust the sacredness of my becoming.
I trust the sacredness of my becoming.
I am growing.
I am
I am growing.
I'm healing.
Healing.
I'm healing.
I am becoming, and that is sacred.
I am becoming, and
I am
that
becoming,
is sacred.
and that is sacred.
Amen.
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 Ashe.
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 And so it is.
And so it is.
One more time. I release the mask of certainty.
I release the
I
mask
release the mask of uncertainty.
Of certainty. I release the mask of certainty.
I release
I
the
I
mask.
release the mask of certainty.
I welcome all parts of myself with grace.
Welcome all.
I welcome all parts of myself with grace.
I do not fear my questions.
I do not fear my question.
I allow honesty to deepen connection.
I allow
I allow
honesty
honesty
connection.
to deepen connection.
My doubt does not separate me from love.
My doubt does
My
not
doubt does
separate
not
me from love.
separate me from
I
love.
trust the sacredness of my becoming.
I
I
trust the
trust the
sacredness of
sacredness
my
of
becoming.
my becoming.
I am growing.
Growing.
I am growing.
I am healing.
I'm healing.
I am healing.
I am becoming.
I'm becoming.
I am becoming.
And that is sacred.
That is sacred.
And that is sacred.
Amen.
Amen.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it is.
So it is.
And so it is.
I'm inviting you to breathe that in now and just be present. I'm going to invite you to be real. And remember this, that you are loved. So before we move into our prayer today, I want to create a sacred moment to honor the mothers, the grandmothers, the caregivers, the elders, and nurturing presence. I want us to honor those that have crossed over and have transcended right now. So these
Pet
are
owners.
people. Yes, these are people, and let me complete what I'm saying. These are people that have helped to shape our lives. Some who are still with us, and some we know in our memory. And we're going to continue through this process of love that we planted today with special tributes, with gratitude for the tenderness and the love. And after that, we're going to have a special song. It is a song that was popularized by a group called Boys to Men. It's a song from Mama, and it was performed by Brianna Stiff. Take it away, Amber, and then we'll move into prayer.
Welcome to our 2026 Mother's Day Tribute. My name is Reverend Larry Hobby, Practitioner Emeritus, and may these tributes remind us to cherish one another and celebrate the gift of love. Let's begin. We honor the African proverb that it takes a village to raise a child. And today we honor mothers, grandmothers, sisters, mentors, nieces, and women everywhere and thank them for being a loving presence in the life of all humanity. A tribute to my grandmother and mentor, Margaret, whose stage name was Rusty Carlisle, was my grandmother, but took me in when I was 4 months old and my sister was 3 years old. She was the greatest influence in my life. She taught me how to perform and showed me what true love means. Thank you for giving me your all. Love, Amber Guzman. The greatest healing therapy is friendship and love by Dr. Ernest Holmes. A tribute to my mom. To my mom, Connie Allen. Mom, you are the reason I am the person who I am today. You allowed me to pursue my dreams. Your kindness was like no other. I am blessed that you're still here with me. Happy Mother's Day and birthday, Maria Sneed. A tribute to my aunt, Carol Whitfield. To my aunt who has been more like my mother, and thank you for your kindness and love. You are the sweetest person I know. I am blessed to still have you in my life, Maria Sneed. A tribute to my mother and grandmothers and aunt. In loving tribute to my beloved mother, Dorothy, grandmother Effie B. Mayo, Dad's beloved mother, Elsa Clay, and cherished Auntie Loretta. These amazing women were the heart and soul of our family. Strong, loving, nurturing, and full of faith. They overcame so much in life, yet always welcomed everyone with open arms, a warm meal of prayer, and unconditional love. They taught us kindness, respect, compassion, and the importance of always seeing the good in others. Their strength, wisdom, and beautiful spirits will forever live on in our hearts and through the lives they touch. Tanya Mayo. A tribute to my mother, Yvonne Green. Happy Mother's Day to the woman who helped make me who I am today. She taught me perseverance and introduced me to the spirituality that continues to guide my life today. Because of her, I met Reverend Jerry and became part of such a loving and amazing spiritual community, a gift I will forever cherish. I am so thankful and deeply grateful for her love, wisdom, and strength. She was the foundation that helped shape the determined mother who I am today. I love you, Mom. Rest in heaven, Unica Lester. A tribute to women everywhere. Today, I take this sacred moment to honor my mother, my grandmother, my mother-in-law, aunt, my sisters and sister-in-laws, mentors, nieces, and all the women who have encouraged me and walked beside me along this pathway of life. Thank you for your wisdom, your nurturing presence, your gift of motherhood, and the gift of sisterhood and friendship. Your love and influence helped shape the person I am today, and for that I am deeply grateful. I lift each of you up in love and gratitude. I honor the presence of God within you, and thank you for being such a blessing in my life. Happy Mother's Day. With love, Reverend Jerry Hobby. A tribute to my mother, Gertrude Hobby. Thank you, Mom, for your guidance and your support. I know that you're on another experience now. Peace and blessings, Reverend Larry Hobby. In the spirit and wisdom of Emma Curtis Hopkins, we remember that love that is God is eternal and infinite. And may we continue to love deeply, nurture ourselves tenderly, and extend that same loving presence to all of humanity.
You taught me everything and everything you've given me. I always keep it inside. You're the driving force in my life. Ooh, there isn't anything or anyone that I could be, and it just wouldn't feel right if I didn't have you by my side. You were there for me to love and care for me when skies were gray. Whenever I was down, you were always there to comfort me. And no one else can be what you have been to me. You will always be the girl of my life for all times. Mama, you know I love you. Ooh, I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the start. And Mama, I just want you to know that loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Ooh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're always there for me, have always been around for me, even when I was bad. You showed me right from my wrong. Yes, you did. And you took care of me when everyone was down on me. You always did understand. You gave me strength to go on. There was so many times looking back when I was so afraid. And you would come to me and say, I can face anything. And no one else could be what you have been to me. You will always be the girl of my life for all times. Mama, you know I love you. Ooh, I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the start. And Mama, I just want you to know that loving you is like food to my soul. Oh, I'm never gonna go a day without you. It fills me up and just thinking about you. I'll never go a day without my mama. Mama, you know that I love you. Oh, I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the start. Mama, I just want you to know that loving you is like food to my soul. Loving you is like food to my soul. Oh, you are the food to my soul.
I'm inviting you now to just join me. Wasn't that extraordinary? Just join me and step into that sacred space. And as we step into that sacred space now, I'm inviting you to just breathe. Breathe with me. Anchor into that space. And just simply remember those lines. Loving you is like food to my soul. And I want you to acknowledge the power of love right now. Allowing that love to expand itself, allowing that love to express itself. I invite you to just touch that throat chakra. Just be gentle with it. Breathe in, breathe out. And as you're touching it, I invite you to allow love to expand itself. I'm inviting us to sit in the seat of love. And as we sit in the seat of love, we allow love to settle, to love to be the constant presence, even in those spaces of uncertainty, in the spaces of doubt. We allow that love to be the space that meets the question. Love to be the divine presence that is always there, growing and expressing itself right here and right now. And as we move into this sacred space right here, right now, we allow that love to amplify itself. That's what Mother's Day is all about. And every day that we choose to celebrate, it's all about love. And so in this very moment, right here, right now, we honor the presence of love and know that love is truly all there is. And every single desire is simply the desire of love. And in this very moment, we honor the presence of love, and we allow love to move into sacred spaces, spaces we have never ever been before. We're allowing love to be the presence and the light. And in this very space, right here, right now, if love is all there is, we simply remember that love is present right where we are. It is the vibrational energy moving through every single cell of my being. It is the presence that is alive within my mental capacity. It is the presence that is alive, fulfilling itself right here emotionally. It is the vibrational energy. And I acknowledge this presence of love and know that love has freedom, that love is filled with light, and that love is joy. It is peace, it is harmony, and it is the presence that speaks the truth. It acknowledges a sense of self-separation. It acknowledges where there needs to be a shift and a change. It acknowledges and it speaks from a place of truth and acknowledges this truth. This is the presence that is alive within me. And I'm acknowledging that same presence right here, right now, and allowing for this presence to fulfill itself, to reveal itself. I'm allowing and knowing that that presence is the only presence expressing and moving. And in this very moment, right here, right now, in this space of perfect unity, of truth, I simply allow for this presence to spill over in the world. And in this spilling over, I'm allowing for this divine presence to just go wherever I take my attention. And I take my attention right now to our Reverend Dr. Renee Hart, our wonderful practitioner, knowing that she is surrounded in light and love that the presence of the divine is the healing presence in her life. I acknowledge it where our Dr. Eliza Swardarski is, our wonderful practitioner, knowing that she is grounded and anchored in the place of love, that the healing presence, the healing light is fully present within her, through her, and as her. I'm acknowledging this divine presence right now, knowing that it is pressed down, it is running over, it is spilling over, fully present right where it is. I acknowledge it. I'm acknowledging this divine presence in the Lester family, that each member is anchored and grounded in the space of love, and love is the only answer, and love is the vibrational energy moving and expressing itself. Love is that divine presence, that is the sacred embrace, that love is moved into all the areas, even in the areas of doubt. I know that the presence is there. It is the healing power, bringing light and love. I acknowledge and know that the presence of God fills the air. It is pressed down, running over, and multiplied. It is alive within the Mayo family, blessing them, anchoring them, supporting them, each member of the family. And I speak DJ's name into this space, knowing speedy presence, recovery, God fulfilled and overflowing. I bring Gail into this space. I bring God. And as I bring God, I know that God is the goodness. God is the light. God is the power. God is the strength. And I bring the Mounts family in. I'm bringing love, and knowing love is the great navigator in their life, guiding, directing, loving, supporting, blessing them. I acknowledge God. And I know that this wonderful power is the divine light moving right where Ruth Whitfield is, blessing her, honoring her, supporting her. I acknowledge it within Audrey Owens. I bring her into this space. Pat Hobby, Reverend Irma Forward, Renee Prayer. I'm acknowledging only God, a thriving presence, a thriving light, the presence that fulfills itself with grace, with ease. I'm acknowledging this power right here, right now. I know that it is the healing power. It is joy and it is fulfillment. It is the love that is expressing itself within our joyologist, Keto, and her work in the world. The blessing that she's bringing forth and the healing presence. I'm acknowledging and knowing that this power is fully present. And if it is here in all ways. It's moving through Centers for Spiritual Living. It's moving through our entire New Thought movement. It's moving through every church, synagogue. I acknowledge His presence. I know that it is in the conference, that celebrating our soul, and as we celebrate it, the beauty and the richness of spirit reveals itself. I know it draws the right people in the right way, and that there is a sacred blessing beyond that which we cannot even imagine. It is the grace of the divine. I'm acknowledging that there is only one source available. That source is God in action. That source is sacred wisdom. That source is the infinite. And I know that that infinite blesses all in its path. I know that that infinite is the energy that is moved into those things that are unnamed right here within this sacred sanctuary. I know that the universe, The infinite already knows it, and it is already moved into action as the sacred blessing. And I'm knowing in this very moment that we're all turning to inward in this present, sowing the seed and allowing this seed to be the blessing. I'm knowing that we are all enriched. We're all blessed. We're overflowing. We're pressed down, running over, and multiplied in this consciousness of truth. And we simply breathe. We honor it. We allow it. And we thrive in this consciousness now. That there is a peace that passeth all understanding. It is the gift of life, and it is the gift of the spirit of divine perfection. And in this space, with joy, in this space of peace and harmony, in this space of light, peace, truth, we honor the sacred. That part of us that has never ever been disturbed, hurt, or harmed. I'm knowing that this experience, wherever we're at on the path, is a return to the truth, and it is the grand awakening in that sacred power that has always been ours. It always will be, and it fulfills itself. We walk in the path of this truth. We walk in the path of this light. We walk in the path knowing that this power integrates itself, fulfills itself in every part of our being, spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. There is a great restoration. And in this space, right here, right now, we simply release these words into the action of what we call universal law, knowing it is good and knowing it is very good. And together we all affirm. And so it is,
And so it is.
and now it is.
Now
Now
it
it
is.
it is.
And I mean,
I mean,
Ashe.
Amen.
Yeah, now Shay.
I'm going to look into your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to bless you. And you know what? I'm looking at the time. It's Mother's Day, and we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to invite you to go to our website, and I want you to go and hear about all the great things that are happening in this community. We have a great things. I just want to speak to a couple of them so that you are aware. I'm inviting everyone in this room, to join us in this sacred pilgrimage in the reset to wholeness. And the reason I'm inviting you to do that is this is great and cutting edge work where you get to engage in spiritual practice and be blessed. So I invite you to join us tomorrow evening at 5:30 Pacific time. Check your time zones. The information is in our coffee and tea announcement. Also remember that Reverend Larry is going to resume his book study, and he's going to have a podcast interview with the author of his new book, and that new book is You Are the Prayer That You Pray. Prayer, I'm going to say it was my first spiritual practice. It was given to me by my grandmother. And when we deepen in our understanding of prayer, I'm telling you, it does move mountains and it fulfills itself in a grand and a powerful way. That is going to be our experience when we bring Reginald Howard forward. These two great men are going to do astounding work and open us up in a great and a profound way. So place that on your calendar. And if you're liking what we're doing in this community, please join us on the 5th Saturday of the month, because we're going to vision around this ministry and all the great things that are unfolding. So there are so many other things that are happening, but please remember that. And I would be remiss if I did not remind you that Catherine Redmond wants you, if you are interested, to reach out to either me or herself in participating in celebrating Reverend Larry and the great work he's doing tomorrow. And if you have forgotten, come and hang out with him tomorrow evening at 5:30. Bring your headphones. Those are the announcements. We're going to celebrate with Amber. We're going to do Eddie Watkins and let her go. We're going to send a shout out to CSL Monterey. Our link is Amber. We love CSL Monterey. We call them our sacred partners. And they're having service in their new space. So we're going to send a congratulations to Reverend Robert on a job well done. And we continue to pray and lift up that center and centers everywhere that share wisdom and truth. Take it away, Amber. Let's sing this song and get up and dance and celebrate. I'm going to invite the others. After you do this, go play with your family. And if you don't have anybody to play with, call me up and tell me you want to play with me. We'll play a few minutes.
Let peace begin with you and I. Every man, boy, and girl, woman across the world. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father, family all are we. Let us focus our families in perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every single breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let it begin with me. Peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth, peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. The peace that was meant to be. Let there be peace on earth, peace on earth. How you feeling it this morning? Okay, then this is a simple hum along I want you to do with me and say, ooh, 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 ooh. Everybody say, la 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 la. You sound so good. All right. Whenever dark clouds are hovering over and the sun is nowhere in sight, and when it seems like the world is falling to pieces, let me be the one who sheds the light. When this whole world seems mean and cold with no love or humanity, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. And that peace began with me. I say that for all of us. I thank you all for being here. We love you all. Go and have a blessed day. We're going to see you again next week. Lots of more great things unfolding. If you blink, you might miss something. Bye-bye, Facebook.